Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kendall Rogers from D1 Baseball. I'm joined here by Texas Tech head coach Tim Tadlock. I don't think you really need an introduction. You've won a little bit. You've been there for a long time, but coach, I guess just looking ahead to opening weekend at Globe Life. Actually, the weather's probably going to be better outside than inside, which is kind of odd because typically it's like freezing cold outside when we have this tournament. But coach, just what are your thoughts and just opening weekend? What's the feeling with this team as we get ready for the 2026 campaign for the Red Raiders?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's excited about going into DFW
Hmm.
and playing some baseball. Everybody's excited about opening day in college baseball, and our team's no different than that. To go down there and play in that venue, guys are excited about it and ready to get kick-started on Friday.
Yeah, I guess the first thing I was going to ask just is what is your feeling with this team? Like, what are the kind of the what you would consider the strengths? As what are Red Raider fans going to look at this weekend and go like, wow, like this team's gotten much better in X category?
Yeah, and so it is opening weekend. So again, like I
Yeah,
don't want to jinx anything, right? We are talking baseball.
no such thing as a
And
jinx,
and
right?
and you are talking about a big league venue and
Yeah.
really good teams and but I think we're going to pitch and play defense as good as anybody.
Hmm.
We've always put together competitive at bats and been pretty decent on that side. Hopefully we'll see a little bit improvement in all of it.
Yeah, one guy I was going to kind of pinpoint. You talked about defense and things like that. I know you. I remember the year that you kind of sandbagged me a little bit on Gabe Holt. I always give you a hard time over that one. So the one guy in the fall that when you and I spoke that you raved about was Lincoln Garcia, and you're talking about a true freshman that's going to come in and start at shortstop for one of the best programs in college baseball. What is it about him that, again, you don't want to jinx it, but like what is it about him that kind of stood out in the fall and what is it that makes him such a special first year player?
He's got a really good internal clock.
Hmm.
He's a good infielder. He's got sure hands. He's got a good arm. He's played a lot of baseball, but more than anything, doesn't seem like things really. Seems like the game's slow to him most of the
Yeah.
time. Don't get mad at me, Kendall, if he ends up playing third this weekend. But I know you
Okay.
said he's
Well,
playing short, and we're looking at all the possibilities, and he's going to be standing at one of the two for sure.
so will that be Schaus potentially at shortstop then?
No, no, it could be Coleman Ryan
Tracer?
or Luke Orphy.
Hey, for everybody watching this, well, if you're a Texas Tech fan, you know this, but nobody likes shifting guys around opening weekend quite like my man Tadlock over here. But
I mean,
the
you're
other guy
always
was
trying to get better, right? I
I
mean,
know.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
trying to put, a defense out there, your best defense for your
no doubt.
pitchers and those guys have again like it's we're all in about week 3, right? And so it's all evolving right now.
No question. One other guy I was going to mention offensively. I've talked to scouts about this guy a lot over the last year, and Logan Hughes. Awesome prospect profile, big time production. Arguably maybe the best player y'all have had since the Young brothers. What is it about him that just offensively that you're seeing as you get ready for the weekend?
Um, so Logan likes to hit. I mean, first and
Yeah.
foremost, he's got path. He makes good swing decisions for the most part, and he's aggressive. And he goes up there to hit. And again, but I mean, the path allows him some margin for error there, in everything he does, and he knows the strike zone.
Yeah, I got to mention the pitching staff, but if you were going to look at this pitching staff, like who's the one guy that to Tech fans this weekend's really going to stand out, like a guy that you feel like has taken a pretty significant step forward?
And so that's interesting. Again, like I think a guy that's been really good. And I think Coach Foster and Coach Merriman really helped him. Well, a young man by the name of Casey Ranieri that was at Hawaii last year. I think he had
Hmm.
it was very limited innings last year. It wasn't very many innings. Kaysen's been very aggressive. He's attacked the strike zone. He's got good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And I was going to one last question here, and then we'll kind of wrap things up a little bit. But I know in the offseason, you and I texted back and forth. We talked on the phone about this, but you're super excited about the additions of Steve Foster and Steve Merriman. Both those guys, again, don't need an introduction. Everybody knows they're bright pitching minds. What kind of, impact have they made in just the short few months they've been with your program?
Yeah, I think the combination of the two has been outstanding for our guys, and I think you take the obviously the wisdom of both of them. They've been around baseball for roughly 30 years, and the pitching lab these guys have put together, we feel like it's one of the best in the country, and combination of that, and again, just taking each guy and taking all the information and trying to apply it, to help each guy and simplify. It's been probably the best thing.
Yeah, awesome. And one last thing, just kind of looking ahead to the weekend. It's funny. Every coach I've talked to and done this interview with, I've brought this up. But what do you take from an opening weekend that consists of Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, and Arkansas? And the reason why I asked that is because I remember a few years ago, and I'm sure you do too, during that bad weather year when Texas, I think, was outscored. I think it was 30-2 in 3 games. And they ended up in the Final Four of college baseball. So, how much do you actually take from an opening weekend against really good programs out of the SEC?
Well, let's see, Kendall. I think any of us would tell you, the teams that, that keep evolving and keep improving as the year goes, are the teams that, that have a chance of making a run late in the year. And you can come out and play really good baseball, and I guess in the opening weekends, what you're saying, and you still need to keep improving. You could play really bad baseball, and it probably gets, your team's attention also on that side of it. And so, I think the simplest thing is through the spring, through the 4 or 5 months, you need a group of guys that want to continue to get better each day.
No doubt. Well, Coach, I'm looking forward to seeing not only you, but just seeing the Red Raiders this weekend. Is an exciting bunch. And you get to get opening day against one of your pals and Skip Johnson, who, by the way, he's talked so much about how great Cam Johnson's been, and he'll get the ball against the Red Raiders on Fridays or Friday afternoon. So we'll see what he's got. But, Coach, thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you this weekend.
Okay, you bet, Kendall.
Thanks.